Hello and welcome to Reef Wrap-Up number 12. After doing a few final tweaks to the aquascape, we decided it was time to add sand. Several years ago, I saw a video by Mad Hatter's Reef showing how to put sand in an aquarium using a large PVC pipe. This worked great, but only when we found the perfect tool to feed the sand into the pipe. After doing a lot of looking and research, my husband found this thing, the Droll Yankees Seed Scoop. It was not cheap, but oh boy, was it perfect for exactly this job. Getting the sand to go into the top of that narrow pipe without getting it all over the place and without having to deal with pouring into a funnel. Over the course of 2 days, we put piles of sand all over the tank and then spread it out. Another couple of useful tools here. This drywall trowel came in really handy for spreading out the initial piles of sand. It was a great way to move reasonably large quantities without making too much of a mess. We worked our way around the whole tank, with me scooping the sand and handing it to my husband, and he would pour it down the pipe and deposit it. The sand was in the basement because that's where it was laid out to dry after my husband washed it, so it had to be brought back up again, one bucket at a time. Not easy. Okay, look at the lack of dust. That is clean sand. Indeed, and that clean sand is what allowed us to accomplish this job over the course of 2 days. Because we could still see through the water. It really didn't cloud up much. Besides the drywall trowel, I also used this long handled algae scraper to move sand around in smaller areas. Visibility was reduced after a while because of all the messing around with the sand, so we took a break and waited for the water to clear. Meanwhile, back at the frag tank, here are some tiny chalice frags that I rescued from a rock that I was giving away. Most of it was encrusted fully, but there were a few edges where I was able to chip off some small frags. I can hardly wait to see these growing out in the new tank. Once the water was cleared up a little bit, I got some hermit crabs at Big Al's in Kitchener, and I noticed the first night they were in here, they were kind of getting to know each other a little bit. I find crabs hugely fascinating and very entertaining to watch. Especially this guy. He looks absolutely outraged at what's going on here. It took 2 days to get the sand all deposited in here, and it probably took another 3 days to smooth it out all through the tank, because we waited between sessions to make sure we could see properly what we were doing. And here's the third tool that came in really handy, a turkey baster. Most of the rocks are up on feet, so there's a gap between most of the underside of the rock and the glass. We wanted to fill all of that in with sand, and a turkey baster proved to be the perfect tool for that. Here's a closer look at the long-handled algae scraper. It was perfect for moving decent quantities of sand into tight spaces. Once the water cleared after putting the sand in, I figured it would be a good time to do a test. Not too bad considering it's water that's just been circulating there that came up from the basement probably a couple of weeks ago. Magnesium is low, but we've got time to fix that. But the main thing is no ammonia, no nitrite, and nitrate of 21. Not bad at all. I'm going to wait to do anything else to change the water chemistry until I see how things stand after the tank is full. At this point, there's no point in dosing because the water chemistry is going to change as more water gets added. Anybody know what this is? It has kind of striped polyps. I'm thinking it's some kind of Montipora. I don't know where I got it. Can't remember. I can't remember even where I had it in the other tank. I just know that the growth pattern is strange. Maybe it encrusts, maybe it plates. Don't really know. Really pretty though. Well, will you look at this? It's official. There's a spaghetti worm in the new tank. Uh-huh. I hasten to say that is not a bad thing. Here's a quick preview of the view from my armchair. Here's a quick unboxing of a package I have really been looking forward to. I have been a huge fan of VCA products since late 2017 and used the random flow generator nozzles on all of my tanks. This time, they have very kindly given these to me to use on the new tank. And look, there's some bonuses in here too. This is awesome. The vacuum attachment, I did buy one a couple years ago when it first came out. And what else is here? Oh, another set of nozzles. Okay. So this means that I can try a split nozzle on each side. Hopefully I'll have enough flow. We weren't really sure when I was talking to them about that, and obviously they've decided to throw in the second pair. And wow, these are the Never Rust tweezers. And the cool thing is too that they float. And there we go, some stickers. This is really awesome. Huge shout out and thank you to VCA. And this thing is cool. I have this already, but mine does not have the crud guard. So only small pieces of stuff will go up there instead of large pieces that ended up clogging up the pump. So this is excellent. And you know what? I'll be using this very soon when the time comes to clean out the various sections of my sump that have held my Reef for the past year almost. So this is going to be perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so after we put all of this sand in, I have to say I was a little worried about the 2 snails that I know are in here, because I had no way of knowing if they got maybe buried in sand somewhere being under a rock. But I'm happy to say there's one. The other one is right there on top of the rocks at the back. Yeah, does it make me weird that I'm worried about my poor little snails? I don't know, but I just hate the idea of them being entombed somewhere. It's pretty hard to capture the 3-dimensional qualities of an aquascape on video, so I hope this short tour gives you an idea of how everything relates. The open areas of sand, the rock structures with caves and overhangs to accommodate all different sizes of fish, and give everybody territories. So enjoy. Some more of the system water to the tank upstairs, and effectively it makes it a water change in this system, so I can't do too much. I need about 100 gallons to top it right up to the bottom of the weir teeth, but I think right now I'll probably only go somewhere around 30. I have my prepared salt water, a total of 100 gallons. Check the salinity, it's dead on, 1.025. The pump intakes are ready, but we are only using one of the 2 pumps to move the water upstairs. This one right here with the green tape on it. You can see the valves are open. They're in there. All of the unions and connections have been checked. It goes across a 90 and into another 90, and from there it joins to a flex pipe that goes upstairs to the tank. Over here on this wall we have the controllers and the power supplies mounted. So the plan here is to plug in the pump, and I'm going to walk upstairs and make sure the water is actually coming out, and my hubby's going to stay down here and operate the controller to generate whatever amount of flow we need. We don't know yet. This is the very first time we've actually run it through the pipes. But before we do that, I have to top up this container with some new salt water. So we're going to do that now, and once it gets up to these ridges, that level, it's all been cleaned, so it gets to that level, then we will stop and start pumping water upstairs. So I'm going to go upstairs and my husband is going to unlock this pump and see what happens. Ooh, check it out. We are pumping water from downstairs up here to top it up, probably around 30 gallons or so. Pretty awesome. Lots of flow. Okay, so the lights are on. The perimeter is at 100% because those bars don't ramp. The center panels are at 50%. So I'm going to leave it like this every day for it to run through its program, which is an 11-hour photo period, and see what we get.
Those are the selected highlights of this week's events. If you like the video, why not give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, because we're getting really close to being there, getting things moved into the tank. Here's some video of some of the corals that I'll be moving into the new tank when the time comes. This is late night video, and actually the lights turned off while I was filming this. I can't show you everything because I'm not able to get decent video of a lot of it that's right at the bottom or in an awkward spot. Oh, bubble algae, bubble algae. Foxface snack bar, just waiting for him. I am so looking forward to getting these moved over into the tank. It's been so long without a real reef. If you stick around for another minute or so, I'll show you what the tank now looks like in the late afternoon. It is really beautiful, I think. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. Stay safe, everybody.